1.
We bring you updates on Tuesday's election as the ballots have been tallied.
CCSD Superintendent Jesus Hara is in hot water yet again among Nevada state leaders as they call for his removal.
And the Runnin' Rebels went head-to-head with the Southern Jaguars for the UNLV basketball home opener.
Now, news that matters to you on campus and beyond. Live. You're watching Studio G.
Thank you for joining us on Studio G. My name is Caitlin Bustamante.
And I'm Andrew Martinez.
Ballots have been cast and the results are in for Tuesday's off-year election. CNN reporter Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on the key victories and what they mean ahead of next year's presidential election.
A victory for reproductive rights activists in Ohio.
Winning was our only option, and we did it together.
Voters casting their ballots Tuesday to enshrine the right to an abortion in Ohio's Constitution, just the latest state to do so in the wake of the Supreme Court's 2022 decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. And in Virginia, Democrats swept the state legislature in a rebuke of Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, who sought to pursue what he called reasonable abortion restrictions if the GOP took control of both chambers.
Voters are sending a message to all of us, Democrats and Republicans, that the number one issue that they care about is freedom.
Abortion access proving a driving force for voters, which could be a boon to Democratic prospects in 2024, even as Republicans frame the results as wins for states' rights.
I think you got to let it be decided state by state, and that's exactly what's happening.
But despite party victories, polling of registered voters shows the sour mood in the country is posing trouble for President Joe Biden's re-election chances, coming up short in hypothetical matchups against former President Donald Trump and other GOP candidates.
What we're going to continue to do is highlight the record of accomplishments that he has and draw that contrast between what he puts forward and brings to the table and what Donald Trump or any other Republican on the MAGA side of this puts forward.
Deep Red Kentucky's newly re-elected Democratic Governor Andy Beshear says the key to victory is focusing on the things that impact people's daily lives.
They want someone that, again, is going to try every single day to make their life just a little bit better.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
And shifting gears from reproductive rights to workers' rights, our reporter Shantae Imani has the update in the culinary union's negotiation for better wages.
If we don't get it, we don't get it, we don't get it, we don't get it.
After 20 hours of negotiation and 48 hours before the culinary union was about to strike, the culinary union and Caesars Entertainment came with a tentative agreement. After months of protesting for higher wages, the culinary union posted to social media the agreement, which includes a new 5-year contract for over 10,000 workers across 9 Caesar properties. With negotiations still needing to be settled with MGM Resorts and Wynn Resorts, today there is a possibility there still could be a strike if agreements aren't being met.
No contract, no peace.
I'm Shantae Imani reporting for Studio G.
As of right now, we have an update with the story. The culinary union and MGM Resorts have also come to an agreement. With the strike deadline set for tomorrow, Studio G will keep you updated as negotiations continue.
Yesterday marked National First Generation College Celebration Day. Here's how UNLV celebrated first-gen students, faculty, and staff for the momentous occasion.
The intersection of UNLV held an event yesterday in celebration of first-generation students.
One of the things that we enjoy doing is putting on this first generation celebration. Today is actually first generation celebration day all across the country. So this day is being celebrated all over the country, and we are celebrating it here at UNLV. We've been celebrating all week, and it's just been a wonderful, wonderful thing.
First generation students are students whose families have never graduated from college. So to show appreciation for their hard work, UNLV brought this celebration to the Pita Plaza with a live DJ, frozen treats, and games to celebrate first-generation students' accomplishments. I spoke to 2 first-gen students that talk about how being a first-generation student has impacted them, as well as the upsides that come with being one.
I'm a
a first-generation Asian American student, and being first-gen means to me hard workers, and you don't really have any guidance, and I'm actually part of the FYE team for first-year experience. So to me, it means basically just like figuring it out and being passionate and working really hard to get your degree.
It's honestly pretty great. I've had people in my family go to college, but I'm going to be the first one to graduate, which is really exciting. And there's like a sense of pride. Like, I'm so excited to walk across the stage. I also missed my high school graduation because of COVID, so this is going to be my first graduation ever, and it's just really exciting.
Around a third of students in college are first generation, and UNLV will continue to show support for them. I'm Ethan Sachs reporting for Studio G.
31% of UNLV's current undergraduate population identify as first generation. Stop by the intersection at the Student Union Room 121 to learn about first generation student resources.
After the break, we bring you updates on the uproar in the Clark County School District.
And more on the KFD case. Stay tuned as Studio G returns.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
The promise of America is freedom. Equality. We must act now to restore and protect these freedoms for us and for the future. We are the American Civil Liberties Union. For over 100 years, the ACLU has fought for everyone to have a voice and equal justice. Because we, the people, means all of us. To learn more, go to myaclu.org today.
Dear housemates, due to the environmental impact of food waste, I'm eating all your leftovers. You're welcome.
Ooh, what's this about?
I'm just doing my part for the environment. Is that Mima's punch bowl?
We use way too much plastic. Think of the planet.
Who is the best princess?
The environment is the best excuse. Find an out and opt in at theenvironmentexcuse.org.
Duane Davis, suspect in the Tupac Shakur case, has appeared in court again and his trial date has been set. Our reporter Shantae Imani has the updates.
Set for KFD Davis.
They were back on January 9th.
Davis, former gang leader and suspect in the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. Davis pleaded not guilty to his murder charge last week after admitting to the role in the 1996 killing. His public defenders, Charles Cano and Robert Arroyo, declined to comment on the case beyond the court, saying they intend to file for bail. Following his court date is set for June 3rd, 2024.
Is expected to make his status check appearance on January 9th, 2024. We will keep you updated with any further developments in the case.
State leaders have pushed to remove CCSD Superintendent Jesus Jara after more issues between teachers and the district. This isn't the first time Superintendent Jara has been in hot water with the state leaders in the district. In 2021, Jara was fired only to be rehired and given a raise only weeks later by the district. The board has historically been split on Jara and his effectiveness, giving him a highly effective rating and extending his contract with a $75,000 pay raise only last year. Now, this year, state leaders are saying Jara needs to resign himself or be removed from his position after more issues between the school board and the CCEA, leading to the unrest of many teachers. Senate Majority Leader Nicole Canizero pointed to the $250 million meant for teachers that is now left sitting on the shelf, stating, quote, "I'm sure there are plenty more candidates out there that can be held accountable and do the job better," end quote. Ty Walker, the husband of a counselor at Tate Elementary, said, quote, "You can feel the energy in the school district that he should relinquish some of his pay and give all the educators a bump in raise," end quote. No definitive action has taken place against Jara as of yet. Studio G will continue to follow this story.
As part of the storm drain construction project led by Clark County Public Works, there will be road closures and impacts to traffic surrounding UNLV between November 10th through 13th. Tropicana Avenue will be reduced to 2 lanes each way at the Wilbur intersection and closed to through traffic from Wilbur Road to Jim Road. Only westbound traffic will be able to enter UNLV at the Wilbur intersection from Tropicana Avenue. Eastbound traffic will not be able to enter from the Wilbur intersection. Traffic headed eastbound on Tropicana Avenue should enter UNLV using the Thomas and Mack entrance at University Center Drive. Contact UNLV Planning and Construction at 702-895-2500 with any questions or email pcinfo@unlv.edu.
Now that you're prepped on your campus traffic conditions, let's send it over to Manny Garcia with a full weather update.
And now, this is Studio G weather.
What's up, Rebels? This is Manny Garcia with your 7-day weather forecast. Let's get into it with your weather forecast for the week. Current temperature right now, it is 65 degrees with 12-mile-per-hour wind speed coming from the southwest. Valley high temperatures right now, Boulder City, it is 66, Athens 64, Henderson 67, Enterprise 66, Las Vegas 65, Summerlin 64, North Las Vegas 69, and of course, Sunrise, can't forget about you guys, 69 degrees there. Our on-campus accepted high temperature right now, it is 68 degrees high right there. Our evening planner right now, it is 66 degrees high right there, 62 going into 5 p.m. At 9 p.m., it'll go straight down into the 50s, 54 degrees there, and at midnight, it'll be 50 degrees there. Sunset time is going to be 4:37 p.m. It'll be an hour earlier, so make sure you get your jackets on because it's going to be a cold, 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 cold day. Looking into your 7-day forecast here. 68 degrees on the high right now, 49 degree low. 65 degree high on Friday, 42 degree low there. On that Friday, UNLV football game there against the Wyoming Cowboys. On Saturday, 69 degree high and a 44 degree low. On Sunday, it'll be a 71 degree high and a 40 degree low there. On Monday, it'll be a 70 degree high and a 40 degree low there as well. On Monday, it'll be a 70 degree high with a 48 degree low there. On Tuesday, it'll be a 72 degree high and a 51 degree low. On Wednesday, it'll be a 71 degree high and a 46 degree low. That'll be all for me for your weather forecast. Now let's take it back to the desk with Andrew Martinez and Caitlin Bustamante.
Thank you, Manny, for that amazing weather report.
After the break, our very own Ashley Liebig sits down for an interview with Palestinian journalist Lena Atut, and to discuss what's happening in Palestine.
One more time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
UMergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. UMergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. UMergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your UMergency app now.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfies. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back to Studio G. Joining us in the studio is Palestinian journalist Lena Atut. Lena is currently a master's student at UNLV and is here to share her perspective on what's unfolding in Gaza. Let's send it to Ashley Liebig for more with Lena.
Thank you so much. I am joined here today with Lena Atut, a UNLV grad student and alumni. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course, thank you.
Of course. So I just have a few questions regarding the situation going on overseas.
Yeah.
I know you are a journalist. You graduated from the School of Journalism, and you're currently a grad student here as well. From your perspective, being a Palestinian journalist, how is that? I can't cut this.
Taking the time to join us.
After the break, reporter Manny Garcia has the latest on the UNLV Runnin' Rebels home opener.
Between the ages of 18 and 24, visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
UMergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. UMergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button.
$150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Welcome back to Studio G.
The Runnin' Rebels returned to the Thomas and Mack yesterday for the first game of the 2023-2024 season. Here's reporter Manny Garcia with more.
Down to this glorious moment, opening night. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't such a glorious moment at all for Coach Kevin Kruger, the boys, and so many Rebel basketball fans. Coach Kruger was determined to make the season a winning one with 70 recruits, including Jalen Hill and freshman DJ Thomas. With that being said, both Thomas and Hill were ready to make their marks. The Rebels were up against the Southern Jaguars. It was a hard-fought game between Southern and the Rebs. Jalen Hill kicked off the game early for the Rebels in the first quarter, and Isaiah Contrell scored the most points out of any of his teammates. However, it was not enough for the Rebs.
We played, probably the worst game of basketball I think we will ever play.
From the fans' perspective, they know what these men are capable of.
I do appreciate all the hard work that they put into, their performance tonight. I know that that's not the full potential, but I think they just, keep striving to be the best.
The Running Rebs are looking forward to returning back to the MAC on Saturday, where they will be facing off against the Stetson Hatters, and the fans will be with them every step of the way to see the Running Rebels back in action, doing what they do best. But for right now, I'm Manny Garcia reporting from the Thomas and Mack.
The Runnin' Rebels are set to take on the Stetson Hatters at Thomas and Mack this Saturday at 4 p.m.
Looking to fill your Friday by watching some of the future stars of the NBA? Well, you can just down the road in Henderson with the NBA G League Ignite. Ignite are having their season opener as the 2023-24 NBA G League season kicks off November 10th at 7 p.m. at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson. Ignite have assembled an impressive roster with prospects such as Modest Buzelis, Ron Holland, and Izan Almanza, who are all projected top 20 picks in next year's NBA draft. Some familiar faces are also returning for Ignite, including Babacar Sane, Eric Mika, and London Johnson. Ignite will be taking on the Ontario Clippers and hoping to get their season started on the right foot with a win at home. Now in their second season playing in Henderson, Ignite is excited to continue to grow their fan base and develop these exciting young players into NBA-ready talent. Don't miss out on a chance to see the future big names of the NBA right here in the Valley. Tip-off is tomorrow, November 10th at 7 p.m., and you can be there for as little as $20.
UNLV Dance continues its season of light performances of Golden Hour tonight through Saturday. Performances will take place each night at 7:30 p.m. with an additional matinee at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. The concert will take place in Dance Studio 1 at the Alta Ham Fine Arts Building. Audiences can look forward to choreography and lighting design by UNLV BFA students. Tickets are available for purchase for $20 online, over the phone, or at the box office.
Thank you for joining us today on Studio G.
We're off the air next week as we partner with our sister program, Rebel Report, for a very special Lady Rebels basketball game. Aren't you excited for that experience we're going to have next week?
I'm so excited for that.
I know.
To get to go and experience the Lady Rebels and just, be there in their environment. They're playing so well, so it'll be a really, really fun time.
I know, and I'm gonna get to experience sideline reporting for the first time, so that's gonna be very exciting. And I think I'm gonna go to the Lady Rebels basketball game tomorrow night to study up for Tuesday's big day.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of great players, a lot of young players that are gonna be, getting to show out on the court.
What are you most excited to experience?
I think since I'll be operating a camera, I'm most excited to just hopefully get some really good shots of the players and make them look good.
Same. I know that I'm really excited to be collaborating with Rebel Report, our sister program. I think that's going to be a lot. We're going to be able to learn a lot from that experience and just being in the arena during that.
All right, so let's check in with Ashley right now, and with Ashley and Lena right now.
Take it with sound for weather.
Thank you guys so much. We are joined here today with UNLV grad student Lena Toot and Palestinian journalist. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So what is your perspective of being a Palestinian journalist in regards to the war in Gaza?
Yeah, it's been very difficult to be a journalist and seeing the types of content that's coming out. It's been very one-sided, to be honest. For example, like a news article would say that Israelis were killed, but say Palestinians died. And that one word change really does shape the connotation and the perception that the audience will get from this article. And it tells the audience who to give the empathy and the sympathy to, when in reality, Palestinians were also killed. But with that also, there's been a lot of really great Palestinian journalists at Gaza right now who are taking to social media and posting exactly what's happening right now. For example, there's a journalist, his name is Motaz Aziza, and on Instagram every single day he'll go on, announce that he's alive, and he'll record and take pictures of what's really going on in Gaza. Like, he'll post parents pulling out their children from the rubble. He'll post what's really going on in the hospitals and how they're collapsing and failing. And he'll post live bombings in the actual city itself. And from that, you really cannot, when you look at the actual content that's coming out, it's raw, it's unedited. It's really hard to deny what's really going on in Gaza, which is genocide.
And I know that a lot of what is going on over there is transcribing over to here, and a lot of students want to get involved in ways that they can. What kind of events are going on campus where students can show their support for Palestine as well as Israel?
So there's an account, or there's an organization in Nevada called Nevadans for Palestinian Liberation, so NPL, and then they have two chapters, one for UNLV and one for local Las Vegas, and their Instagram accounts are NPL Palestine and NPL UNLV, and they post rallies that people can go to, demonstrations that are really peaceful and are just trying to inform the people of what's really going on in Gaza and in Palestine as a whole. So that would be a really great resource for people to use. Besides that, also boycotting is a really great thing for students to do as well, because a lot of companies do donate a lot of money to Israel, which funds this genocide. So,
yeah, she's very quiet.
for example, on campus there's a Starbucks, and Starbucks donates at least $1 million towards Israel. So what a student could do is boycott Starbucks, no longer buy from them, and then take their money somewhere else.
How has the experience or the war in Gaza, how has that affected you personally in your everyday life?
Yeah, so my family personally isn't from Gaza. We're from the West Bank. My dad was born there. Our family house is there. So it's a little bit different for us, but there also has been an escalation in violence in the West Bank as well due to what's happening in Gaza. For example, teenagers will be assaulted by soldiers, or people are just breaking into other homes, which is an escalation from what's really going on in Gaza. So that does affect me. And also, I've really had to take a look and reevaluate some of the relationships and professional relationships in my career and in my life, because I'm proud to be a Palestinian, and being a Palestinian is part of my identity, and I want to have those relationships professionally and personally that align with my values.
That's awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on Studio G and shedding some light on obviously a different perspective, which is much needed.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw it back to the desk. Thank you, guys.
Take it. Take two.
We'll be back Thanksgiving week with more stories to share. But for right now, I'm Andrew Martinez.
And I'm Caitlin Bustamante. We'll see you next time.